Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I am here today with my third book in my box template series. This book is for the pizza box style box. So book one was my fold flat original one, and then I had my lidded box template, and now we have the pizza box. So the pizza box is super fun when you're making little treat boxes for like Valentine's Day or Halloween or something like that. So that's what we're going to do, is to show you, to introduce you to my last book, my latest book. I don't know if it's going to be my last book, but my latest book. I'm using these Reese Hearts that I got from Dollar Tree. There's 4 in here. So I don't know why there's such big packaging for these 4 little tiny things, but you know, that's what they gave me. All right, so first and foremost, this is the first time I'm using this book. Your book will not have this not for resale gray band. My book has that because this is my proof copy, okay? So you won't have this crazy band. You will have the QR code for my YouTube channel, so you can see how to use this and all my other videos. All right, so the very first thing we need to do on a brand new book is break the spine, okay? Breaking the spine is just basically creasing the spine. You're gonna go to about the middle, open it up, like so, okay? This is a notebook, guys. It's not like a regular reading book. It is a notebook. So don't feel bad when you have to crease that spine. It's 75 pages of just the template, so you can write your own measurements in there. And the cover does have the scored line if you want to open it that way. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and jump right in and make our box. I want 2 pieces in one box, I think. So let's go ahead and measure 2 pieces. A grid mat is a really helpful way to measure your items. All right, so this is about 2.5 by, that one has a lot of air, 2.5 by 3. You also need to decide if you want your flaps to show, or if you're just going to, you know, tape your flaps down. I just put my flaps down. So what did I say? 2.5 by 3. So our item size, our left to right, I like to put my left to right measurement first. That is going to be 3. And then I like to put my up and down. So that's going to be the 2.5. And then I'm going to put it by 1 because these are pretty thick. I could probably get away with 1/2 inch, but let's just be comfortable and do 1 inch. Okay. So with the pizza box style box, you need all 4 of your sides to be that same depth. So your last number, just like our lidded box. So all that's going to be 1. We need our inside hinge to be the same as the perimeter. So 1 inch. Okay. Now we are going to have to write both measurements on here. So my left to right is 3 inches. And my up and down is 2.5. Now I need this panel to be the same as this panel, so I'm going to write it twice because we do need to add the measurements in for both panels. Okay, this is the top of my pizza box, this is the back spine, this is the bottom of my pizza box, these are the perimeter. Okay, so we need to go ahead and math it. Okay, so I'm going to do my left to right first. So I'm going to ignore the 2.5. Okay, we're going to ignore that. So 1 plus 3 plus 1. So that is 5. Okay. This middle measurement is going to go in your up and down. Okay. So now we need to measure out our up and down. And your up and down is going to be this measurement, this measurement, this measurement, this measurement, and this measurement. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so 5 by 8. Okay, so when you do your pizza style box, you can do your measurements a few different ways. Okay, let me go ahead and cut the paper down to the 5 by 8 and I will show you what I mean. So for this project, you can actually get 2 boxes out of one piece. So let me see if I have a scrap big enough. Probably not. All right. So let's cut it on the long side at 5 and on the short side by 8. Okay. So and I'm trying to think if I want to tell you guys the shortcut because I don't want to confuse anybody, but I like the shortcut. So the shortcut is to go ahead and score all 4 sides at 1 inch. Just get that over and done with, okay? And then you worry about your other measurement right here. So that's the shortcut. I'm going to go ahead and show you I guess the long way, if you will. So the long way is the same thing. You're just going to math it out. This is our long way. So green was long, 1 inch. So 1 inch plus that 2.5. So that's going to be 3.5 plus 1 inch, 4.5. And then plus 2.5 again, which is going to be 7. Okay. Now our short side was the pink pen. That was here. So we know we need the 1 inch. And then we need 3 inches. So 4. And that's it. You just need 1 and 4. So, you know, that's how I'm going to show you how to do it. The shortcut, I just do all 4 sides at 1 inch, flip it, and then just do it at 2.5. You know, so you could do it either way. But for purposes today, we're going to follow the math. So on the long side, we are going to score it at 1 inch, 3.5. And if you're using 110-pound cardstock, please, please, please make sure that you are scoring it really, really well so you don't have that your paper cracking. Okay, so that was 3.5, 4.5, and 7. Okay, and then 1 and 4. So on the short side, 1 and 4 on the short side. Okay, so there we go. Now, starting position for this one is going to be your 1 inch on the top and 1 inch on the bottom. Okay, and I know you guys are like, well, it's all 1 inch. Okay, we're going to put the short side on the top for this one. Okay, short side on the top. Not going to get into the other stuff because I've probably already confused some of y'all. So what we need to do is go ahead and make tabs. If you have directional paper, you need to pay attention to what is going to be your top and what's going to be your bottom. So if you have directional paper, then you obviously want your top to be on top. Okay. So what we're going to do is turn our paper to the long side, and we're going to cut up the score line. We're going to miter, and we're going to miter. Okay. Move over to the next score line. You're going to cut up that score line. You're going to cut up the next score line as well. And you're going to miter, and you're going to miter. Okay. The pizza box style is a little bit, I don't want to say complicated, but it is a little bit more thinking than the other boxes. This one you really have to think about, okay, what am I mathing? What's going on here? So I rarely use, I don't want to say rarely use, I infrequently use the pizza style box. I normally just cheat it and do the lidded box with the hinge. But I do know how to make these. Alright, so you should have something that looks like this. What you do to the bottom, you need to do to the top. So rotate it, cut up the score line. I can't see it. And miter, and miter. Okay. Cut up the score line, cut up the score line, miter, and miter. Okay. Last one, cut up the score line, miter, and miter. Okay. So you have this. What I'm going to do is go ahead and cut off the bulk. So I'm just taking a little chunk out of all of them, maybe about 1/4 of an inch. This step is optional. Like I say, with all my other boxes, this is how I was taught. So this is what I'm going to do. This is called cutting the bulk. Maybe. I might have made that up, but that's what I'm doing. I'm cutting the bulk out. All right, so let's clean it up. Let's move our book. Now we can go ahead and burnish everything. Here we go. And you can varnish first if you like, but you have to do this step when you have a box because it makes your edges nice and crisp. We want a nice fold, right? Okay. Here we go. And as usual, I forgot to say that you're going to need your corner rounder. Oh no, you don't. Not on this box. I have 9,000 things going on in my life right now, so, you know, doing the best I can. All right, so again, you have everything cut. We need to make sure our direction paper is correct. So I like to work on the bottom portion of my box first. Some people like to work on the top. It is your preference, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put glue on these front tabs, and I'm going to line up my edges really well. Get that nice angle on both sides, okay? Now, at this point, if this is where you remember, oh no, my paper's directional, and you see that needs to be the top, that's fine. Because you can just always turn your box this way, and now this is the bottom, okay? Be kind to yourself. You can usually fix it. All right, so these middle tabs, I like to glue them to the bottom box. So you see how I glued them? I'm picking this up, and I am gluing it to the bottom tray. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing for this side. Line it up and glue it to whatever the bottom is. Okay, so now we have something that looks like this, right? So now all we need to do is go ahead and glue these tabs, and we're good to go. And your pizza box is done. So these are easy. It's just sometimes the math, if you know, it's extra thinking. But it's worth it. So now we have our two little snacks in there, and look at how absolutely adorable our little box is. Oops. I didn't let it dry right there. There we go. See how cute? And then you can always do your finger pull. I think this is what I was thinking when I said get your corner rounder. I meant your circle punch. And there you go. Now, you are going to have like little wings, but you see how I varnish and you can't really see them that much. So, you know, the nicer your crisp lines are, the less wingage you'll have. All right, there's our box, guys. And you can turn the direction. So if you wanted your box to be vertical, just switch these measurements. So that way, that's why I do the visual. That's why I'm like, okay, my left to right is going to be my 3-inch. So I know when I put this in, these two hearts in, it's going to present in this orientation. If I messed up and put my up and down first, then my presentation would have just been a box that opened this way, vertically. So play around with it. The easiest thing, use these measurements right here so it's already mathed for you. Matter of fact, you know what? Let's just do it that way. So that way you can see. Because I really want you to use these books and these templates and make boxes. I mean, I don't mind the midnight emergency boxes right now that some of you message me. But eventually I might go back to work and I won't be able to do midnight boxes for y'all. All right, so same thing, our 1 inches. So see, I just flipped my measurements, okay? So now my left to right is the 2.5. My up and down is the 3. All right. There we go. Okay. So let's go ahead and math it out again. I like to do my left to right first, and I did that in pink, so we'll keep it in pink. So your left to right, you just need this measurement, and this measurement, okay? That's it. So 2, 3, 4.5 by, now we need our green measurement. In our green measurement, we just need this one, this one, this one, and this one, and this one. So you see the difference here in the two. I did not write my left to right on the bottom because I only need to add that one time. But my up and down, I have to add my length both times in order for it to work. Okay, so to make it less confusing, if you need to just forget that on the bottom, that's fine. Okay. So that's just kind of how to keep it steady in your head. Hopefully you guys can see the different color inks, and that's a little bit more, a little better explanation. So I'm just going to need the circle numbers. And yes, when I first started doing boxes, I absolutely used 2 different color pens and I circled the numbers. Be easy on yourself. You are not a professional box maker. I am not a professional box maker. I had to make it make sense. Okay, this is how I made it make sense. 2 different colors, so that way I can easily pick out what is the long side, what is the short side, what I need to math. You know, it just keep it steady in your head. Help yourself out. Okay, anyway, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so 4.5 by 9. Now my long side is the green side. So this is how it used to make me a little bit, keep it in my mind. I had to turn my paper so I can visually see, okay, from here to here, I need that 1 inch, okay? From that first score line to this score line, I need the 3 inches. So add 3 more inches to that one. So that's 4. Now I know from this score line to this score line, I need another inch. So 4 plus 1 is 5. Now I know from this score line to this score line, I need another 3 inches. So that's 8. Okay. If you have to turn your paper, turn your paper. All right. So for the short side, I know I need 1 inch on the left and the right. Okay. So 1 inch. I can add 1 inch to the 2.5 and get that other mark, or you can just say Okay, just 1 inch from there is 3.5. But it really is 1 inch plus 2.5. That's your score line right here. Okay. Or again, you can do the all four sides and you don't have to worry about it. Okay. So let's go ahead and cut our paper to 4.5 by 9, which I can't get that out of this sheet. It's okay. So let's see here. Oh my gosh, my paper is stuck in the packet. Alright, so I'm going to cut it on the short side at 4.5. And then by 9 on the long side. So you can still get, you can only get one box this direction. And sometimes I will do that. Like, if I can get 2 boxes out of one sheet, I don't care what direction my candy's in. Because I don't want to waste paper. Alright, so on the long side, we want to go at 1, 4, 5, and 8. Okay. On the short side, we're going to do 1 and 3.5, but I'm just doing 1 inch on both sides. Okay, there we go. Same thing on the long side. We're gonna cut up the score line. You can, if you want to, just go ahead and cut all the score lines. And then miter. Cut the bulk. Miter. Miter. Bulk. Miter, miter, bulk. Okay, whatever you do to the top, you do to the bottom, vice versa. Cut, miter, miter, bulk. Cut, cut, miter, miter, bulk. And last one, cut, miter, miter, bulk. So as you can see, it does not matter what order you get this to this step. You just got to get to this step. Okay? Okay. Let's get these lines nice and crisp. Probably is easier to do this before you cut, but for me personally, it's easier for me to cut before I burnish. Alright, almost done here. Once you get the hang of it, the boxes are super fast. I'm just going at a pace where I feel most people can understand. Okay, here we go. Again, if you have directional paper, look and see what's going to be the top, what's going to be the bottom. This is non-directional paper, so it doesn't matter who's on top and who's on bottom. So for me, I like to work with all 4 tabs already glued because I hate to wait for my glue to dry. So when you do it, when you glue all 4 first, the last 2 are a little bit more tacky and you don't have to wait as long for the glue to dry. I know, that's petty and impatient. I know. Alright, making sure that box is good. Okay, let's go ahead and do our other tabs. Okay, and here's that one. And put that one together. Oops, sorry, that's off out of frame. But I just was literally putting the tabs in. lining them up. Okay. So see the difference? Where's my other two candies? So this one is the vertical. Well, no, this one's a vertical. This one's the horizontal, that one's a vertical. So see the difference in the boxes? For this candy, I guess this is not like the best example because, you know, the candies are going to fit either way. These are meant to go this way. Nope. It's kind of hard to see because these candies are pretty much the same size, but that's how it is. Okay. So if I, you know, that's how you just change the different orientations. This is your horizontal and this is your vertical. Okay, so I just really wanted to show you guys that, how you change it up to what is on the top. For these candies, it didn't matter which way I went, if I went horizontal or vertical, but there are certain snacks that it does matter, because you want your presentation to be super nice, right? So there you go, guys. If you have any questions, please let me know. The links to all three books will be in the description box. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.